Two peacekeepers, a man and a woman, are standing in the doorway to our kitchen. The woman remains impassive, but I catch a flicker of surprise on the man's face. I am unanticipated. They know I was in the woods and should be trapped there now. "Hello," I say in a neutral voice. My mother appears behind them, but keeps her distance. "Here she is, just in time for dinner," she says, a little too brightly. I'm very late for dinner. I consider removing my boots as I normally would, but doubt I can manage it without revealing my injuries. Instead, I just pull off my wet hood, shake the snow from my hair. "Can I help you with something?" I ask the peacekeepers. "Head peacekeeper Thread sent us with a message for you," says the woman. "They've been waiting for hours," my mother adds. "They've been waiting for me to fail to return, to confirm I got electrocuted by the fence or trapped in the woods, so they could take my family in for questioning." "Must be an important message," I say. "May we ask where you've been, Miss Everdeen?" the woman asks. "It's easier to ask where I haven't been," I say, in a sound of exasperation. I cross into the kitchen, forcing myself to use my foot normally, even though every step is excruciating. I pass between the peacekeepers to make it to the table all right. I fling my bag down and turn to Prim, who's standing stiffly by the hearth. Hamish and Peter are there as well, sitting in a pair of matching rockers, playing a game of chess. Were they here by chance or invited by the peacekeepers? Either way, I'm glad to see them. "So, where haven't you been?" says Hamish in a bored voice. "Well, I haven't been talking to the goat man about getting Prim's goat pregnant because someone gave me completely inaccurate information as to where he lives," I say to Prim emphatically. "No, I didn't," she said. "I told you exactly. You said he lives beside the west entrance to the mine," I say. "East entrance," she corrects me. "You distinctly said west, because when I said next to the slag heap, you said, yeah." "The slag heap next to the east entrance," says Prim patiently. "No, when did you say that?" I demand. "Last night," Hamish chimes in. "It was definitely the east," adds Peter. He looks at Hamish, and they laugh. I glare at Peter, and he tries to look contrite. "I'm sorry, but it is what I've been saying. You don't listen when people talk to you." "Shut up, Hamish," I say clearly, indicating he was right. Hamish and Peter crack up. Prim allows herself a smile. "Fine, somebody else can arrange to get the stupid goat knocked up," I say, which makes them laugh even more. And I think, this is why they've made it this far. Peter and Hamish, nothing throws them. I look at the peacekeepers. The man is smiling, but the woman is unconvinced. What's in the bag? She asks sharply. I know she's hoping for game or wild plants, something that clearly condemns me. I dump the contents on the table. See for yourself. Oh, good, says Mother, examining the cloth. We were running low on bandages. Peter comes to the table and opens the candy bag. Ooh, peppermints, he says, popping one into his mouth. They're mine! And I take a swipe for the bag. He tosses it to Hamish, who stuffs a fistful of sweets into his mouth before passing the bag to a giggling Prim. None of you deserves any candy, I say. What? Because we were right? Peter wraps his arm around me. I give a small yelp of pain as my tailbone objects. I try to turn it into a sound of indignation, but I can see in his eyes he knows I'm hurt. Okay, Prim, said West. I distinctly heard West. We're all idiots. How's that? Better, I say, and accept his kiss. Then I look at the peacekeepers, as if I'm suddenly remembering they're there. You have a message for me? From head peacekeeper Thread, says the woman. He wanted you to know the fence surrounding District 12 will now have electricity 24 hours a day. Oh, didn't it already? I asked, a little too innocently. He thought you might be interested in passing this information on to your cousin, says the woman. Thank you. I'll tell him. I'm sure he will sleep a little more soundly, knowing that security has addressed that lapse. I'm pushing things, I know it. But the comment gives me a sense of satisfaction. The woman's jaw tightens. None of this has gone as planned, but she has no further orders. She gives me a curt nod and leaves, the man trailing in her wake. But when my mother has locked the front door behind them, I slumped to the table.